websites out there, and they're all on the net, and anybody can access any one of them. But we only access the stuff that we connect with, which we like. So consciousness is sort of like that. We're all netted. So when you have an intention that you're part of this group, then you're open to the communications from that group, and you take them on and absorb them. If you're on the sideline and say, no, I just work here, I'm not a part of that group, then you close off from the intentions of that group, you see? So it's a matter of your consciousness kind of plugging in or plugging out, you know, of whatever group that you in your own mind connect to. So if you connect to being a white supremacist, or you connect to being, you know, whatever, an abolitionist, I guess back in the 1600s, or you whatever group you connect to, you don't have to be a card-carrying member, you don't have to pay dues, you don't have to work there. All you have to do is identify yourself with them, and you start sharing their thoughts, start sharing their attitudes. That's why you can have a consciousness, collective consciousness in a family. You start sharing each other's attitudes. You care about each other, and you share thoughts. And the family has its own kind of attitude, its own kind of way of being and seeing the world. So that's what collective consciousness is. There are thousands of different subsets of collective consciousness, around thousands of ways people identify themselves with, you know, with other things, with groups, with ideas, with concepts. That's what makes concepts so powerful. If you have a concept, and your concept, you know, gets millions of people to identify with something, that forms up a collective consciousness right there, you know. And maybe there was not one before, now there is one, and it exists, and they start sharing their thoughts, their minds, their attitudes, their feelings start going back and forth between them. We see the same thing on the negative side, and we call it a mob. A mob is just a collective consciousness of a bunch of angry people. You have a bunch of angry and fearful people, and they become a mob, and that mob will do things that none of the individuals would ever do. But together, that mob can do things more horrible than any one of them would do, and that's because their collective consciousness, they're connected now. Their consciousnesses are connected. They're getting the information from each other. So the anger, one guy's anger feeds everybody else, gets that anger, and they get more angry, which makes everybody else more angry. And as they get more angry, everybody else gets more angry, you see, and it builds to where they make a monster out of this mob. And the anger is just building, because it's what do they call in electronics, it's a positive feedback. You know, the more you get, the more you get. And the more you get, the more you get. And it just keeps building on itself until it gets saturated and can't grow anymore. And that's when the mob gets crazy. And so that's collective consciousness. It can be a mob, but it also can be a very grown-up, high-quality, low-entropy, loving individual, and it works the same way. You see, as the mob does, but it does the opposite way. Suddenly, people who are around that person and kind of identify with that, with him, and say who he is and what he is and what he's doing. You know, maybe he's the guru, and maybe the other ones are his followers or something. And just by being around him, it pulls them up. They connect with him.
Workers, obedient workers, people who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street.